At the start of this year, I set two main goals for our portfolio to reach by the end of it. One, to hit a $10,000 valuation, and second, to diversify outside of just dividend stocks. This has come in the form of new pies for ETFs and growth stocks. The big change this month is the purchase of our first growth stock, Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. I held Tesla in the past when I was using a different investment platform, and I sold at a profit then and haven't evaluated the stock until now. The real attraction of Tesla this time round is they have grown stronger in their fundamentals and the realization that they are not just simply a car company. They have branched out into energy, robotics and AI. They are really a data company, and I believe they are worth almost double their current stock price at just over $200. On the fundamentals, they have a solid profit margin standing at 15.45% with plenty of room for growth. Their debt to assets percentage stands at 45.71 and is stable. In 2 of the last 3 years, they have been burning through a lot of cash for capital investment, but still retain a substantial amount of cash on hand as a safety net, and have been using the cash to invest in the business. Now, on to this month's update. The value of our portfolio stands at $8,088.12. Now I'm going to get stuck right into our dividend income for the last while, which is about 5 to 6 weeks. So first off, this period, in the last 6 weeks, we've gotten $24.17 in dividend payments, bringing us to a total of $166.84. First up is Altria, where we hold 10 shares and we got $8.99 in dividends. Next is Coca-Cola, where we have 20 shares, one of our largest holdings, and we got $5.31. Realty Income next up, 27 shares, one of our larger holdings as well. We got $3.63. Federal Realty with 3 shares, we got $3.07. T. Rowe Price at 2 shares to the value of $2.64 this time round. And Amcor, which we sold off, which is why I'm not showing any shares here, we got 54 cents, which will be our last dividend payment for Amcor. Now I'm going to pop over to my investment platform where we're going to have a look at all our stocks and the categories. So over to Trading 212, which is the platform I use for my investments. One thing I want to highlight here just before we look at the buys for the last while, as soon as we just did the payments, is I've actually kind of made 2 new pies, right? And I know we kind of went through this the last time. So I have my dividend stocks pie, which is, the majority of my holdings. And now we have ETFs, which we talked about last time. But now, in addition, just the same as we're talking about Tesla in this time round, I have a growth stocks pie, which Tesla is in. I'll be looking at different stocks that I think will grow in the future to add in here. So let's just take a look at some of the buys, right? So since the last video, we've actually gone through kind of 2 cycles of me investing, and I've put about another $1,000 plus what we've earned in dividends into our investment account, right? So looking here at the top, the biggest amount that we bought so far. So we bought a lot of Realty Income. We bought 11.2 shares, and we came in at kind of an average price of $49.39, the value of $523.92, right? I bought this because it's really down at the moment due to the news about the acquisitions, and kind of they also bought a what would you call, a Las Vegas kind of strip casino / hotel. So investors haven't really kind of looked great at this stock, and so it's down. So I'm buying a lot more. Next up is Tesla, which is our first growth stock. I bought 2 shares at the average price of $221.62 to the value of $414. And then we had Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO, 6.9 shares at the average price of 54.2 to the value of 354.46. I don't think I really need to explain this. It's very self-explanatory. And then I also bought, which is in our ETF category, is the Vanguard S&P 500. So altogether here, if you're kind of looking at the bottom 2, I bought 4.1 shares, kind of an average price of, around maybe $66.50, and kind of to the value of like $310-ish, right? So we're really investing in all our categories, particularly into our new 2 pies. So let's kind of go through our pies now at the moment after we've gone through most of the buys, right? We'll start off with our largest pie. So our dividend stocks, which has been our sole pie really for a long time until we've gotten into the rest of them. So we're slightly down. So we're down 8% in this. So I'm just going to run through what we have in this pie and where we're standing, right? So Intel, one of the larger holdings, 526, and we've got a good return of almost 20% on this. Microsoft, 712, where we got, this is my largest, I think, return so far, which is 31%. We've Apple, $370, and we've almost a 10% return. Realty, we've 1,300, and we're down almost 10% on that one. Coca-Cola, we have 1,000, just over, down 5%. Walgreens Boots Alliance, we have 766, and we are down almost 30%, which is my biggest loss, I think, so far. Exxon, 232, looking to buy more of this, but looking for a better price. We're up 3.5%. Federal Realty Investment Trust, also looking to buy more than that, but looking for a better price. We've Altria, 403, down 10%. Chevron, down 13%. I'm kind of looking to get rid of Chevron. I think just holding Exxon is enough really to be diversified into oil stocks, oil producers, etc. Kellanova, which I kind of touched on last video, but Kellanova used to be Kellogg's, and it's now divided into Kellanova and WG Kellogg. I'm not really sure what to do about that. We're down in Kellanova since they spun off WG Kellogg, so we're down 22%. That was one of my larger holdings. 3M down 13%, almost 14%. This is making a comeback since they settled that lawsuit, so we've 652 there. T. Rowe Price down 15, 222, and then the WG Kellogg, right, which is whatever this, it doesn't matter if this was $10 in value or whatever, we make profit on this because it's spun off, right? But then we're down in Kellanova. So coming into our ETF fund, which we only have one ETF in, which is the Vanguard S&P 500. So we're down, just slightly in that, about 13%. We had about 400, almost 400 in that. And then our brand new one, which is our growth stock, which only has Tesla at the moment, to the value of 410 almost, and we're down just kind of a percentage. I've only bought this during the week, so I'm not really expecting anything amazing from it, okay? So that's kind of our update for this week, right? I did want to mention that we've gained a lot of subscribers kind of in the last while, so thank you very much for the support. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them below, and I will catch you in the next one.